Time for bed. She's still in the living room here with me. Let's see, last night I went to the Broadway play Kimberly Akimbo. I didn't enjoy it. So since I was paying out of pocket for the nurse to stay for her, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to leave. So, I mean, the play may have been fine, but the lead character, there was a vibrato to her voice that for some reason was just irritating me. So I left, came home. We had an early day today. She had to have a trach tube change done. We go to the ENT surgeon's office for that, and he will scope, take a little look with the scope. I mean, they just go down with this little thread thing and look while the trach is still in, and then he does it again after he's replaced the trach just to make sure everything's good and not hitting at a weird spot. She has a custom trach tube that is made to the length that she would need. The ones that come standard for the dimension that we needed on the outside, the OD, made the trach tube hit the cartilage in her trachea, and it was kind of partially occluding the her tube, her air. So we had to do it for a custom length. So they check on that just to make sure everything's still good. It was, so that's good. But for me, it's not an easy visit. I mean, trach tube changes are supposed to be pretty standard. I mean, I have done them when my boyfriend, that's another story. So my boyfriend passed away about, well, it'll be 10 years this year. From ALS, and he was trached and vent, and I've changed his plenty of times. But Taylor's airway is just a little different, so I don't like to do them. I did it once here at the house, and I don't want to do it here. Oh, when she first had it put in, so she had been intubated for months in the critical care, and Dr. Willett put a trach tube in surgically the day before Thanksgiving, as I mentioned. And so while we were at the hospital before going home, you have to prove that you can change it yourself. They have a whole checklist of things that you have to prove that you can do. Dr. Willett is not exactly affiliated with the hospital. He has rights there, but not as an employer affiliated. I think that's the right word. So when he came in, he wanted me to change it with him, which I now greatly appreciate. When I did it with him, everything went fine. There weren't any issues at all. I wasn't a nurse then, but he talked me through it, and I did it. It was just fine. Taylor wasn't stressed even. It was a new stoma even, and she did just great. And then the nurse educator came in like a day or two later, and she didn't care that I had just done it with Dr. Willett. I still had to prove to her that I could do it. So it didn't go as easy at that time, and she took over, and I just saw her just like, it was just not pretty. And of course, her sats are dropping. She's like below 70 easily. And she'd already been sick for some time, so her reserve wasn't great. Eventually, when I saw the nurse educator wasn't getting it, that whole, I'm about to lose my kid over a trach tube change kind of kicked me into gear, and I went over and I got it in. So I got the trach tube in, and I got her hooked back up. I got her suctioned. I'm doing all this one-handed because she's not tied onto a trach or anything. The nurse educator is off in the corner somewhere crying and sweaty, asking me why isn't anybody coming in with the alarms going off, and I'm just saying they don't. Welcome to our world. They don't. But so that was an initiation into her trach and how it was going to go, or might have gone. So I just try to avoid those appointments. So the nurses, I go with them to the appointments, and then I stay in the waiting room, and the nurse goes in with the doctor. So that's why we've been doing it for years. Now the ER visits, that's me. I'm there for those. But again, it just brings up a lot. I mean, I don't even listen to the music that was playing that day. It just a bit much. And then her twin sister, who I haven't mentioned yet, she passed away 4 years ago. And she passed away from her trachea tube eroding her trach and hitting an artery. And she bled to death before they could get her into surgery. That happened in the emergency room. So being bedside for that and all the blood and losing her is a bit much to still deal with. So when I'm at these appointments and I'm trying to push back all that other stuff, it's quite a mental challenge to just remind myself to stay present. That this is now, this is today, she's fine. This is what we're doing today, and she's just fine. And she was. And we are back home. He even looked in her ears and said her ears look good, so I don't have to continue. Sorry, I guess I cried a little. I don't have to do the powder, which quickly another nurse reminded me, didn't really remind me, educated me on, I think I mentioned, when the capsule has to go in that little puffer thing, I could still see there was medicine in the capsule, but nothing was coming out. And she said, take the capsule out and then take like the pointy end of the wooden Q-tips things and like stick it in there and kind of stir it around a little bit and loosen it back up and then try it again. And it worked. So since those pills, you get paid like $60 for 7 pills or something out of pocket, not on Medicaid's formulary. And now I can use more of the pill instead of replacing it and throwing away, a good third of the dose. Because I didn't think about that. So I'm glad she was able to help me out with that. So we're good. Everybody's fine. I'll be fine. And now it's time for bed. So good night.